The lawyer told me that Michael's rights were minimal, especially since he abandoned us without a trace for 15 years. The fact that he left Mia as an infant and didn't attempt to make contact until now works heavily in my favor. He advised me to document everything, every call, every text, every gift, because this could be crucial if things go to court. The lawyer also suggested that I consider getting a restraining order, especially after the incident at Mia's school. He said that Michael's behavior could easily be seen as harassment, and that a restraining order would send a clear message that his actions aren't acceptable. I haven't made a decision about that yet, but it's something I'm seriously considering. As if things weren't bad enough, Michael has been pulling out all the stops to manipulate the situation. He's been telling Mia that I'm turning her against him, that I've been lying about why he left, and even that I was abusive during our relationship. He's claiming that I cheated on him, which is completely untrue. It's like he's trying to rewrite history to make himself the victim, and it's infuriating. Mia hasn't said much to me about it, but I can tell it's weighing on her. Michael's also been reaching out to my family, trying to gain their sympathy, but they're having none of it. My parents and sister are furious with him, and they've made it clear that they don't support him. My mom even called Michael a selfish, heartless man to his face, which honestly was satisfying to hear. But it hasn't stopped Michael from trying to turn people against me. He's desperate, and it's starting to show. Hannah, his girlfriend, has also gotten involved, and things have taken a darker turn. She confronted me at my workplace last week. She was calm at first, but then she started making veiled threats, saying that if I didn't let Michael see Mia, there would be consequences. I don't know what she meant by that, but it was enough to make me uneasy. I've started documenting everything just in case. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. I'm starting to suspect that Michael and Hannah have ulterior motives. The way they've been acting, it's like they're after something more than just reconnecting with Mia. I've heard stories about people trying to regain custody just to get financial support, and it's making me paranoid. I'm worried that Michael might try to sue for back child support or even alimony, despite the fact that we were never married. I'm planning to document every interaction with Michael and Hannah from now on. I'm also going to have a serious talk with Mia about everything that's happening. She's old enough to understand the situation, and I need her to know that she can come to me with anything, no matter what. My top priority is keeping her safe, both emotionally and physically, and I'll do whatever it takes to protect her. I'm bracing myself for whatever comes next, but I can't shake the feeling that this is just the beginning of something much bigger. I'll update you all again soon if anything new happens. Thanks for all the support so far. It means a lot. Update 2. After everything that's happened, I decided it was time to sit Mia down and tell her the full story of what happened with Michael. Up until now, I had been holding back, trying to protect her from the uglier details, but I realized that she deserves to know the truth. She's been caught in the middle of this mess, and it's only fair that she understands what really happened. So I told her everything. I explained how Michael and I were happy at first, how things changed after she was born, and how Michael became increasingly distant and eventually left us without a word. I also told her about the things he has been saying recently about me supposedly being abusive and cheating, and I made it clear that none of it was true. It was a difficult conversation, but Mia handled it better than I expected. She was upset, of course, but I could see a kind of relief in her eyes, like she was finally getting some answers to questions she didn't even know she had. After we talked, Mia told me that she needs some space from Michael. She said she doesn't want to see or talk to him for a while, which I completely understand. I told her that whatever she decides, I'll support her. The next time Michael tried to reach out, Mia ignored him. When Michael realized that Mia wasn't responding, he showed up at our house again, demanding to see her. I had to physically block him from coming inside, and he started screaming and crying, saying that I was ruining everything. It got so bad that his girlfriend had to drag him away, kicking and screaming. I think that was the moment when I truly realized how unstable he is. Shortly after that incident, I received a notice that Michael was filing for custody and visitation rights. I wasn't surprised, but it still hit me hard. The idea of going through a legal battle over Mia was something I'd hoped to avoid, but it was clear that Michael wasn't going to back down. My lawyer and I prepared a counter-filing, citing abandonment, emotional harm, and his recent harassment. We included all documentation I'd been gathering, the texts, the calls, the school incident, and the scene at my house. My lawyer was confident that we had a strong case, but I knew it wasn't going to be easy. The court hearing started, and it was as stressful as you'd imagine. Michael and his lawyer painted a picture of a man who had made mistakes but was now ready to be a father. They tried to downplay the abandonment, framing it as a result of his supposed postpartum depression. But we had plenty of evidence to show that his actions went far beyond just a mental health issue. We argued that he had made no attempt to contact us for 15 years and that his sudden reappearance was suspicious, especially given the timing and his girlfriend's involvement. As the legal battle went on, some shocking details came to light. During the proceedings, it was revealed that Michael has a history of bipolar disorder, something he never disclosed to me when we were together. Apparently, he'd been diagnosed years before we even met, but kept it hidden. His lawyer tried to use this as an excuse for his behavior, but it didn't do him any favors. It only reinforced the idea that he was unstable and unfit to have any custody over Mia. But that wasn't all. We also uncovered evidence that Michael and his girlfriend were in serious financial trouble. They were deep in debt, and it was becoming clear that they had ulterior motives for wanting to reconnect with Mia. My lawyer managed to dig up his girlfriend's criminal record, which included past charges of fraud. She'd been involved in several schemes to con people out of money, and it looked like she might have been trying to use Michael's situation as a way to get some sort of financial gain from me.